back to M&J Games. I'm Michael and I'm here at Six Flags Great America. I'm really excited to get on some of these coasters as Max Force has been on my bucket list, and getting back on Raging Bull and riding Goliath. So I'm really excited to see how the coasters are in this park, because this looks like one of the better Six Flags parks in terms of coasters. So it's been years since I've been up here, and ready to get started. I think might start Superman, don't know yet though. Area. All right, so just got off of Max Force and Whizzer. Max Force is intense. Like the launch is very forceful, but it only lasts for a split second, because once you reach that max point of 73 miles per hour, it then settles down. But it's a really cool ride. It's really short. Now the line is super long because they only run one train, and it doesn't have a lot of passengers. So what they did is they have a single rider's line, which is nice. You can hop up there, and we got on within like 2 trains, because I'm here with my brother and his girlfriend, so she really enjoyed the coaster as well. And then Whizzer was actually really fun. Wasn't uncomfortable or unsmooth or anything like that. Pretty short wait time. The seats are very strange and different, but really enjoyed that coaster. So now we're heading to the Northwest Territory area with Raging Bull and Demon and stuff like that. Flash.
Wasn't it about water here? Like it's not a day where like when I go to the movie.
And your head against the headrest. Please secure maximum velocity. Enjoy the ride.
Just got off Viper, and that's an older wooden coaster. It was a lot of fun. Although when you went around some of the turns, it kind of felt like the coaster was about to fall off the track, but it was smooth when you're actually going down the hills and up the hills and stuff, and a lot of airtime moments. They're running 2 trains, so operations are pretty good, and there really wasn't much of a wait. As you can hear, Raging Bull going right there, so really excited to ride that one again. But I actually really did enjoy Viper, and one of the more smooth, older wooden coasters that I've been on. So I think we're gonna head to Raging Bull right now. But this part of the park's really cool. It's kind of a more western area. And so yeah, definitely enjoying this park and this day so far. So with X-Flight, which I know I said Raging Bull, and I did go on Raging Bull, so I'll get to that in a second, but with going on X-Flight, I have now completed the 4 US wing coasters this summer. And I'll probably do a video on where I rank them and stuff, but this is awesome. X-Flight is great. There's a couple rattling moments. I sat on the left wing in the second to last row, so essentially where I sat on Gatekeeper. Man, that first drop is awesome. That just whips you over. And then the barrel roll they have where you kind of go through with the head chopper moment, you just hang, and that's a great coaster, great coaster. Then getting back to Raging Bull, I rode in the front row, so I want to ride again in the back before I give a good, real kind of analysis, in my opinion, on it. Because I feel like the front row was okay. It's my least favorite B&M coaster as of this moment, or B&M Hyper. And just because of the, it's one of the earlier ones. Hold on a second. So I had to move positions because X-Flight was getting loud where I was talking. But yeah, Raging Bull was a good ride. But like I said, I want to try to ride in the back to see if you get more airtime, as there wasn't too much airtime in the front. But the first drop was really good. So now heading to American Eagle and Goliath. Pull you all the way up in there and have you start. Just got off of Goliath, and you can see X-Flight there in the background. Beautiful look. Goliath was awesome. You didn't actually feel anything on that 0G stall, which was kind of weird. You just kind of floated, which is a cool sensation. I honestly didn't realize it was topper track and not iBox, which means it wasn't the smoothest, but it wasn't uncomfortable or rough either. So it wasn't as uncomfortable as Outlaw Run. Okay, Outlaw Run's not comfortable, but Outlaw Run has gotten a little bit rough. So it wasn't that roughness, but it wasn't as smooth as the iBox tracks. But really good ride. I mean, it's a very different style RMC, as you don't have any of the overbanked airtime hills. So you essentially have a first drop, you do this overbanked turn around, you have another drop, then a quick airtime hill, or like speed hill, and then you do the dive loop, and then you do that 0G stall, and then you do another turnaround, then you come into the station. So it's pretty quick, very different. You don't see really any other RMCs with that style layout, but it's really awesome, and the operations are doing really good. They're telling people where to go on the station, so you're not getting to the station having to wait 3 or 4 trains, so I really appreciate that. So it's a really good job, really love that coaster. Don't know where I'm heading to next, but I'll talk to y'all in a second. Right, so I'm heading back into the park because after I rode Superman and went with my brother and his girlfriend back to drop them off and then come back to the park for a little bit. There's still some rides I want to get on. A little crazy as something on here in the parking lot where there's a wreck or something, some people going crazy and cops involved and somebody taking somebody else's, I don't know. It was kind of crazy. Just kind of hearing the yelling and stuff. But yeah, Superman. I mean, like I tell you, this Dramamine that I do take for motion sickness at times really does work. Because last time I rode Superman, it really messed me up, that pretzel loop. And this time, I mean, that's still the most intense element I've been on in an individual coaster. But it was good. I mean, it's fun flying around like that and giving you the illusion of being like Superman. So that's a fun experience. And it's just this is a fun park. It's definitely a good Six Flags. Operations for the most part done pretty well. I mean, it's just, I wish Max Force would be able to have more than one coaster train, as that would help with getting a lot of riders on there. But I do like the single rider option that's on some rides. So definitely want to get on like the Dark Knight coaster, Batman, the Flash, some of those rides. So I'll get back on some of those and see how they are. Here's an example of the single rider entrance. So it's a totally different route that takes us to the Dark Knight coaster. So we might miss some theming in the queue, but that's okay. All right, so just got off the Dark Knight coasters, which essentially is a Wild Mouse coaster, just with a lot of theming and it being inside. So that was fun. It had one or two maybe rough areas on a couple of the drops, but I mean, you know what those things do. They throw you from side to side. But I think they did a really good job with theming and to kind of disguise it as being that style of coaster that normally is not that much fun. But I did enjoy that coaster. And yeah, so gonna ride Joker and Batman right now. So I'm really not excited to ride the Joker, to be honest. So I just don't enjoy these types of coasters too much. We'll see if I can get on that coaster if the line's not too long. As you can see, the Joker behind me. So yeah, I'm really excited too to ride the original Batman and see how that is. All right, so just got off of Batman and the Joker. I'm just not a big fan of the Joker. I mean, sometimes it depends on how it's spinning you and stuff. You know, just like the other ones I've been on. Layout's the exact same, you know, just like the clones. Now, Batman, the original one, the original Batman clone is really, really intense. Like, it seems to me that some of the elements are a little bit shorter, like smaller, which makes it more intense. It's also got uncomfortable headrest restraints, and it does rattle a bit. But what is really cool about it is, since it's the original, it's truly a terrain coaster. Like, there are trees all below your feet, and you feel like you're gonna hit it and stuff, and so that is just a really, really, really cool kind of experience, and kind of seeing that aspect of it. It's just getting a little bit rough though, so it's not as smooth as the other Batman clones I've been on. So I think this one was made in 1992. But once again, another B&M coaster that has insane positive G's at some moments and just picks up some speed. So really, really cool and unique. And as you can hear Goliath in the background as we're about to come over the 0 G roll in a second. So that's what I'm trying to get framed up. But yeah, this, like I said, enjoyed Batman, but not my favorite of the clones just because it is a little bit rougher. But you can see Goliath behind me. This is just a beautiful, beautiful coaster. This stall right here. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm gonna go ride Goliath again. I rode in 10th row last time. So we'll see where I get assigned this time, but the ride operator said the front's way better than the back. So gonna take a ride on this amazing coaster again. I am leaving the park now is I got some more rides, and Goliath's just really good. It's not one of the better, like it's not one of the best RMCs I've been on. Out of the, I think I've been on 8, maybe 8. It's probably on the lower tier, but it's still really good, which just shows you RMCs are just good. But it's topper track, like I said, so it does have a couple areas where it's not as smooth as you would assume for an RMC, but it's still really good. The drop's great where you just hang. I mean, there's only one true good airtime moment, but definitely sitting in the back row is better. I mean, Raging Bull's better in the back row. There's just a lot of, I think most of the coasters in this park are back row rides. And so I'm sitting down right here. So Max Force, so some suggestions I have, at least for my day here, is on a Sunday, they're only running one train on Max Force. So it's got a really slow output. I would suggest 2 things. 1, either going there right when the park opens, or 2, just splitting your group up to be single riders, because that's a lot quicker. And so that's another thing I like about this park. And I don't know how many Six Flags parks are doing it, or if it's just this one, because I haven't seen it at Six Flags Over Georgia, unless this is something new this year. But the single riders, because Superman, Goliath, Max Force, and the Dark Knight coaster, and there's a couple others that have it. Not every ride has it, but the ones that do, you really save a lot of time. So that's definitely a good thing. You know, if you need to split up your group, saves you 30 minutes, well worth it. Max Force will save you about an hour. But overall, I really like this park. I think the coaster lineup is really good. It's one of the better Six Flags lineups I've been to in terms of a coaster lineup. Like, I like it more than Six Flags Over Georgia. I love Twisted Cyclone and Goliath, but I think overall the whole collection of these coasters are good. So I really enjoyed this park, and as my theme park trip comes to an end, you know, I've gotten to see a lot of really good coasters on this trip, and gotten to cross a lot of coasters off my bucket list. So it's been a blessing, and I've really enjoyed this trip. So now I'm gonna head to Timothy O'Toole's pub to get some chicken tenders and fries, because they're fantastic there. So yeah, and then I got an 8-hour drive home tomorrow. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to let me know what your thoughts are on this park if you've been here, or if there's anything else you want to know or any questions you have. As like I said, this is one of the better Six Flags parks that I have been to. And make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.